Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you are brand new. Welcome back if you're not, and welcome home if that sits for you. Today we want to talk about what Spirit needs you to know right now. There's a lot going on energetically. If you're listening to this when I'm recording it, this is the 22nd of January 2024. But this is a timeless reading, so this is what Spirit needs you to know when this reading finds you. We are going to do pick a deck. So I have 3 decks. I have the Santa Muerte deck with this yellow calcite square. It's so beautiful. Here are the cards in case it assists you. So the artwork is so beautiful. So what do you think? Just let your intuition do the choosing. Don't push it, don't force it. Whatever speaks to you, that's your deck. And if none of them speak to you, that is a-okay. For deck number 2, I have this beautiful, it's a Labradorite wing. It's hard to catch the flash in this light, but it is there, and it's so beautiful. It feels so good too. This is the Celestial Tarot. I like it because it has a lot of cool astrological references and some astronomical points. What do you think? Is that your deck today? Those your messages? Maybe. Maybe. And then finally I have this gorgeous K2 disc. Boy, this one. It's something. And of course Shadowscapes, one of my favorites. Just beautiful. Are these your messages today? Maybe. What do you think? So here's what we're going to do. We are going to we'll pull some oracle cards and grab some tarot. We'll grab oracle card piles together. If you want to watch that, you absolutely may. If not, you can go right to the timestamp, skip straight to your messaging. That is 100% up to you. We'll talk a little bit more. But again, let this deck choose you. If you want to listen to 1 or 2 or all, that's absolutely fine. And remember, this is a general reading, so not everything will resonate for every person, and that is okay. It's not supposed to, right? It's a general reading. So if you want to move to your pile right now, that's fine. If not, we will choose oracle cards together. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, let's go ahead and gather our piles for each of these decks. And again, we're just looking for messages from Spirit, what you need to know right now, what's coming in for you, what Spirit needs you to know. And then if, while we're gathering these oracle piles, any messages for the collective pop out, we'll go ahead and process those while we're moving. So here are some points to remember. First of all, these are general readings, so not everything is going to resonate every time. Not all of the messages will be your messages. That is 100% okay. In fact, it would be impossible for every message to be for every person every single time, right? That would defeat the entire purpose of general reading. So here's the deal. Whatever resonates for you, you feel free to pick that up. And if a thing doesn't resonate for you, please do not try to shove it into your story. Don't make it fit. Don't even don't give it too much labor, right? If it's yours, you will know it. It will resonate with you. It will speak to your soul. And if not, that is a-okay. We don't worry like that. The other thing is, this is part of the tale where your intuition really has something to do with the magic of this reading, right? Divination is simply about being your own clearest channel. And so let the pile choose you, or the piles choose you, right? If you feel like you need more than one message, feel free to listen to more than one pile. The bottom line is that you're going to hear exactly what you're supposed to hear, no matter what. So be okay with that. Be okay with that. Yeah. Let's do a little bit more shuffling here. Alrighty. And this is a timeless reading, so whenever it finds you is exactly the right time for it to find you. Yeah, I wouldn't sweat that too much. We all need advice and insight right when we need it. And the right thing always presents itself. So whenever this finds you, consider yourself blessed. I know that I will send it with love no matter what, no matter where we are. Absolutely. All right, guys, just one more. Just one more. Remember that you can always hit your timestamp down below if you have already believe that you've chosen a pile or that pile has chosen you. This is just part of the process. Sometimes we get messaging with little pop-out cards. That's okay. No worries. And then for the tarot, we'll shuffle as we draw those, as we are in those pile readings. So no worries. We're just trying to get this big part out of the way so that we move a little faster later on. Oh, okay, 2 there. And last but not least. Okay. So here are your Oracle card piles. Remembering that this is the Santa Muerte Tarot, this is the Celestial Tarot, and this is the Shadowscapes Tarot. So sit with those for just a moment and we'll get right into your readings. Hey, pile 1. All right, let's see what Oracle cards you got in your reading today. So we're talking about what message the universe has for you, what spirit needs you to know right now. And you start with the 12th house. Interesting. So the 12th house is it's Pisces. It's the sign of Pisces. It's also the ruler of, well, Neptune is the ruler of the 12th house. So this is about karma, right? This is about where you find that place of intuition, that place of deep introspection, where fate really creates your life as an individual, and how you work with that karma and fate in order to kind of come into your highest and best, right? So there's a lot of duality in this sign. There's a lot of looking for integration here in the 12th house, right? So yeah, introspection. You also get the Luna Moth. Okay, that's lovely. So the Luna Moth is about legacy, right? It's about the way that it's about the way we transform our, let's call it neglectful, I don't want to say the word bad habits, but it's how we put our, it's how we recognize what's happening in our lives, because the Luna Moth cycle is super short, right? They don't live long, but they come out. They're these gorgeous creatures with these lovely eyes. And so the cycle of the Luna Moth is very short. And so there's no time for nonsense, right? And so it's about legacy and really getting things done. Interesting. Let's keep going. Okay. So, yeah. So you also have Wake Up Call. Wake Up Call is just that, right? It's about remembering. It's about remembering to be present in the moment. It's about remembering what your everything is, right? It's in this context here, this is saying to you, what are you doing? What are you not doing? What is present for you? What is absent for you? What is in motion, and where are you stagnant? Where are you ignoring things, or looking away or avoiding them, right? Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. So you have Pluto, right? So Pluto is about 100% about transformation. We just witnessed Pluto moving into the sign of Aquarius, collectively and individually. And so Pluto is about secrets, right? It's about denial. It's about the things that we bury, the things that we don't want to look at. So there's a theme, definitely a theme going on for you here. So let's check your last two. The Masquerade, hiding your true self, and projection. And the Founder. Oh, lovely. Foundations and community, right? So we just talked about Pluto going into, wow, fascinating reading. We just talked about Pluto going into Aquarius, right? And so foundations, community, these are all ruled by Aquarius in the 11th house. And so what are you avoiding? What are you not looking at, right? We have all these circles here. I don't know, that's what I'm being drawn to. So the way that you're gathering information right now, and the places where you're in action in your life and where you're in inaction in your life, are really being highlighted and scrutinized. It seems like the universe has a pretty significant message for you. Pile one, folks. It's one of those what the heck are you doing kind of messages. Right. Who are you being? How are you showing up? And are you doing what you're here to do, right? Or are you ignoring your mission, your calling, your purpose, really? You know, the universe works hard to get us places, the places that we need to be. And it seems to me as though, pile number one, you're literally being called out right now. Like the universe is going, what you doing there? Let's see what the tarot says. And we'll go from there, right? But I think this is a pretty clear message. Yeah, it feels like it to me. Whoa, hello, Judgment, of course. This falls right into the where are you present, where are you absent, where are you in action, and where are you in inaction. You might be moving too quickly to actually notice what you're doing. This might be a mandate from the universe to absolutely slow down, to say you've been moving so fast that you haven't been doing the regular assessments necessary to be in your correct purpose is what really wanted to come out. So that's what I'm going to say to you, in your correct purpose. You also have the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles. So this is about what is it that you're conjuring? What are you creating? What have you created? What do you have in your let's say in your manifestation? Oh, hello. I was looking for the Empress. I knew she would pop out. That you're not looking at, right? What have you been so busy trying to work in the 3D that you're ignoring the higher realms, right? Queen of Pentacles is definitely Earth manifestation. So this is about creating something. But I believe that you're missing some of the elements of your creation. The message that's coming through here is you're not grounded. You're not grounded enough to be in this energy, right? Like, here's the deal. You might feel like you're levitating, but you're also kind of dissociated and disconnected from the things that you feel or believe that you're here to do. And sometimes that's problematic. right? And so the key is, where are you, see, we talked over here about no nonsense. This says, where are you only minding the nonsense, right? The idea of a thing instead of the actual thing itself. And by that, I don't mean to suggest that the theory is less important. What I'm saying is, if we're looking to be embodied, right, in, I mean, look at all these, you know, we've got beautiful wish fulfillment cards. The potential here is so great as long as you stop looking away, right? It seems to me that there's some kind of distractedness or dissociative tendency here, whether that is avoidance, whether that is addiction or distraction, whether it's just that tendency to walk around in circles as opposed to being in the work of accomplishing. You also have some pretty deep divine feminine energy here, and I don't want to not mention that, right? You do also have really deep divine masculine energy here. So how are you building upon those things, right? Where are you masking your real potential? Where are you perhaps, I get this feeling, pile number one, that you've been doing so much work on something, but you know that it's really not supporting the thing, whatever that is for you, the thing that you're here to do, right? You're being nominally satisfied with what you're doing, but not really satisfied in your heart and in your soul, right? You're not really building the foundations that you want to build because you're juggling something else, right? You're tending to something else. You're not remembering something else. But in fact, your karmic truth is whatever this building, this foundation energy is, right? And so I think what Spirit is telling you is, you know better. You know better than to think that what you've been playing at is the thing you're here to accomplish. I think that is the message that Spirit wants you to hear. Whatever the icing is, you know, the trappings, the great story, like there's a lot of words around whatever it is, a lot of purposeful, intentional conversation, but it's not the work that you're here to do, right? And you are here to do some work, my pile number one friends. Yeah, and you're being directed back to your legacy, to your truth. Yeah. And here's the thing, you have all of the resources and all of the drive and motivation in order to accomplish all of these things. Sorry, I just wanted a little clarification, deck. But it feels like you've been, let's call, just dancing around something else. Like you've been looking away from where you know you're going. Because maybe that thing is scary, and maybe it's easier to hide behind a mask. Maybe it's easier to keep shoving it down. Maybe it's easier to keep looking away and just put your attention over here because this feels important, and everybody thinks that this one's important, and I can put my attention here and I can make this happen, right? I can keep doing this. But the thing is, you're not building anything. You're not creating your legacy. You're not creating your longevity. You're not really witnessing what's asking to be integrated through this life's cycle for you. And the illumination is here. You already know. You already know what it is, right? You know. You can't not know. Pile number one. What I want clarity on is judgment, right? I'm going to ask for 3 cards on judgment. There's 1. 2 Pentacles. We talked about that juggling, right? Two of Wands. And last but not least, oh, the Chariot. All right, well, we'll put that right there. Okay, so that goes perfectly with our message. So it's about, and I want you to know, you have Pentacles and Wands, and then Pentacles and Wands. So these are choices you're being asked to make, right, on this judgment here. And the Chariot, of course, is how are you traveling? What motion are you taking and making that is moving you along toward what you're here to do? And those are all capitals. Here to do. What you're here to do, right, is figure out how to move appropriately, right? And so when we have the Chariot, we have two reins, two horses, right? The head, the heart, the internal, the external, love and logic, all of those things. And if we're not balancing our progress, right, we start to veer off to one side. The problem is then we're not conjuring properly. Then it doesn't matter how much we've been gifted by the universe. We're not planting well. We cannot be we can't be part of our own wish fulfillment if we're not doing this work of planting the right seeds. If we're worried about the nonsense, right? The nonsense, what it looks like, what somebody might call it, the way that we want to talk about it. No, if we're moving and we're not moving in the right direction, then it's time to make a new choice. And you, my pile number ones, are being asked. That's a very kind word. I believe the universe is demanding that you make your choice, that you stake your claim, that you claim your legacy, right? And then begin moving on it, right? It's not enough to know it. It's not enough to say it. Wisdom comes when knowledge and experience merge, right? Knowledge and experience merge. Passion and direction and function all merge, and you become that which you're creating. That's what's happening. No more distraction, no more avoidance, no more nonsense, right? No more nonsense. Your legacy is demanding that you step in, right? That you create what you're here to create. So pile number one, please get busy creating. This is going to be amazing. Amazing. I love it already, by the way. So please hit like, hit subscribe, and come back and let me know how this goes for you. If you know what it is that you're being asked to create, tell me about it. I would love to hear it. So yeah, until next time, good luck. Thank you for listening. Thanks for being here, and be super blessed. Take care. Hey, pile two, welcome back. Those of you who've chosen the Labradorite wing, and pile number two, let's go ahead and see what your oracle cards had to say. Okay. Oh, nice. And remember, we're looking for messages from the universe. What does the universe need you to know right now? So you get Aries as this beautiful Starcodes card. So Aries is the the first sign of the zodiac, right? This is about action. It's about finding your reasons, your purpose. It's about moving, doing, expressing. It's about enthusiasm and passion, right? Aries, well, I mean, the key word here is act, right? So it's a doing card. It's a card of function and movement and the way that you choose to do in the world, right? Not just be, but do. Aries is a card of action. There is a little bit of impulsivity tending in the Aries realms. And what that means, honestly, is that sometimes Aries will act before they think. So there might be some warnings here. We'll see. So you also get the light. I love the fact that you have the light here. So this is beautiful goddess energy. She is reaching to the light, right? So this is lovely. This is a beautiful fire sign energy. So this really expands that concept of heat. This is about how we find reverence in that light energy, that fire energy, in the need for motion, right? So you have a lot of movement here. Let's keep going. So you have make no judgments. Okay, so this is important as we have this Aries card here. So this is talking about literally reserving your judgment, right? This is about how we witness a thing without acting upon it, right? How we take stock of a thing and we can witness it without reacting to it. We can choose to respond as opposed to going off half-cocked, right? Let's keep moving. Oh, you have the sun. More heat. Boy, oh boy. Yeah. Okay. So the sun is life. This is vitality. This is your will. This is the way that you utilize your consciousness, right? So again, we're talking about really witnessing how we're holding space for the light as opposed to anything else. Especially this judgment, right? And, oh, finally. Okay, pile 2, what you got going on? So pile 2, you have the Smith. This is overthinking and taking action. The other thing that the Smith is really talking about is striking while the iron is hot. So there's a little bit of this, there's a couple of messages here, honestly. There is that don't go off half-cocked energy in these cards presented, but there's also this take action, right, in a place that needs action, but perhaps making sure that it's considered action, right, as opposed to impulsive action, right? The sun really asks you to engage your consciousness as opposed to just being ruled by your impulses, not necessarily falling into the overthinking or overjudging, but definitely just being in witness to the light and what the light is asking you in terms of how you move through the world and your choices in terms of action. Yeah, let's see what the tarot has to say. I think that there'll be a little bit of Seven of Swords. So pile 1 had the Seven of Swords too. So this is this goes right along here, right? The Seven of Swords is about judging and moving on those judgments, right? So lots of swords. You got some braining going on here, pile 2. You have the Prince and the Queen. So there's a lot happening in your head. You're being directed back to your heart, though. You're being directed back to how do you feel about that, as opposed to how do you think about it. We make judgments with our brain, right? We always make judgments with our thought. We do not make judgments with our heart. That just isn't the way it works. So if you find that you've been making a lot of judgments, ask yourself, oh, look at that. Well, I think your message is super clear here. You're literally being illuminated. Yeah, yes, very much so. So pile number 2. Haha. Pile number 2, whatever your brain has been telling you, you're being asked to redirect that. Wow, lots of motion too. You're being asked to redirect that and take your motion directions from your heart as opposed to your brain. You may be overthinking. You may be over-talking. You may be over-telling a story. You may be overusing a narrative in your head. Whatever it is, you're being asked to really focus on the light of your heart as opposed to the reason that pops up in your brain, right? You have all these cups here, the Ace, the Princess, and the Prince, right? So this is new information coming to you with that Ace and the Page, definitely coming in and asking you, is this what you want to be, right? Do you want to be this logic-driven person? Because it seems, though, pile number 2, that's not comfortable for you right now. Or you're being asked to perhaps change your input, right? And what I like is after Justice, you have the Prince of Pentacles, right? So you have the struggle happening between thoughts and heart. And so the Prince of Pentacles allows you to come in with some grounded energy. Right, we talked about this as striking while the iron is hot, but not jumping to conclusions, not making those judgments, those impulsive dismissals, honestly, is what it's coming in as, that you're dismissing things as being out of your arena or being not for you, and in fact you're being redirected to say, how do you know that? Like, just because you thought a thing, just because you heard a thing, just because someone told you a thing. In fact, let's stop and let's redefine the way that we're witnessing through your consciousness, right? Your consciousness is not just your rational mind. Your consciousness has to take into account all of its parts, and some of its parts are your feelings, right? And that's just the facts. Your consciousness is the sum of all of you, not just your brain impulses. So I'm going to grab 3 cards on these 2 here, on this what's coming for you. And I see this as a blending. Ooh, okay, well, it's going to be exciting. As a blending of Justice and the Prince of Pentacles, right? The way that you, see, yep. It's going to be an idea that's going to shift your whole awareness. Like, you're going to think a thing that shifts everything. That's kind of funny, honestly. So the Tower is always an idea that blows your mind, right? That changes absolutely everything for you. Oh, I see. Okay. So what you're letting go of is something from the past. What you're letting go of is a place that you've been focused on, something in your past that you can't get past, right? You've been hanging on to an old hurt, an old wound. You've been constantly kind of turned half around, looking behind you, like, but that thing, but that thing, but it hurt me, but that thing, and I have these ideas about it and these thoughts, and I'm just going to keep reacting because that hurt my feelings, right? That hurt my feelings, and now I have this whole set of ideas attached to this wound, this pain. But Justice is saying to you, no, there's a balance, right? There's a way to integrate this, to forge it together into something new, right? New. We have all this new energy, taking out the judgment factor. So something that you believed was true is going to all of a sudden come in as, wait, was that actually true? Or was that just the way that I was telling the story? And I think that's going to bring a little peace to your heart. And it's going to allow you to release what's been going on, right? The drama, trauma, whole train that's been going on in your thoughts. And it's going to allow you to kind of reground and re-put your feet back on the ground and move forward with this new information, right? This is new information that's coming in, and it's going to change everything. Don't dismiss it, right? Don't dismiss it, and don't set it on fire when it comes in. Stop and look at it. See what you want to do with it. See what you're supposed to do with it, right? So slow down, pile number 2. Kind of derail your train of thought. Say, we're going to go over here for a while. You're going to stay over here. You're going to sit over here while I process this, right? You're going to take the sting out of it and really look at whatever it is that's happening in the light of this new revelation, this new awareness for yourself. And I think it's going to bring you a lot of healing. It's definitely going to bring you a complete and total shift in your expression, and in the way that you're choosing to be in motion, right? It's going to free you up to live your life in a completely different mode. in a completely different vibration, in a completely different frequency. So slow down, be aware of what's coming in for you, and then put it into action for yourself and for your own healing, right? Okay, pile number 2. That's for you. Take care. Hit like, hit subscribe, and let me know how this goes for you. I will be interested. If this is where you leave, thanks for listening. Take care. Be blessed. And if not, I'll see you in pile number 3. Hey, pile number 3, or those of you who chose this yummy K2. I love it. Can you tell? All right, let's see what you got here. Let's start at the bottom. 11th house. Okay, fabulous. So 11th house is important. Surrounding community, right? This is community groups, how you are in circles, right? Your circles. And the key to any 11th house interaction is to really witness how you're feeling as part of that circle, right? So the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius. And we just, at the time that I'm speaking here, we've just had Pluto moving into Aquarius, right? And the sun moved into Aquarius. Right now we're in the middle of Aquarius season. So there's a lot of this energy happening. But the mission of this card is to simply ask you, are you feeling satisfied with your community, with your group, right? Some of us get involved in a circle, whether that's a spiritual circle or a work circle or a hobby circle. And so we keep staying there because of our bonds, right? The question here, though, with this one is, how are you feeling about the fact that you're part of this circle, right? Let's keep going and see what we got. You also have the Seer. Okay, that's beautiful energy. This is about acknowledgement of your gifts, right? This is, of course, we're talking about the third eye. We're talking about what you know, right? Know what you know like you know it. This is also about really fearlessly claiming the gifts that you've been given, right? So I have a feeling of what we're talking about, but we'll see. So here, this is about truth. This is about readiness to witness your own truth, and how you believe you've been gifted, and how you're going to choose to invoke those gifts, right? Perhaps on behalf of your community. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, you have make a plan. So I kind of love that card. Because it really asks you to be responsible for your process, to not just name what you are looking to accomplish, but also to assess whether or not you're capable of doing those things. And if not, there might be things that you have to learn or practice along the way, and then doing those things, putting those things into action, but mostly committing to your process. Right? Whatever that feels like, whatever it looks like for you. Okay. So you have Kundalini, and here, this is the Tibetan fire serpent symbol from Reiki. It's used in Reiki attunements, and it's all about grounding. It's the way that we that's not the right word. It's the way that we connect ourselves as grounded and also ascended, right? So it's rooted and connected and all of those things in between. So it's about balance and harmony and how we choose to heal through our entire channel as a result of this, not just this energy, but this connection, this accepting of the connectivity, right? Oh boy. Okay, well, this is quite a sacred message. You have the priest. So this is about faith. This is about hope. Here it says perseverance and faith, right? So when we're talking about faith, we're really talking about the way that we choose to trust the universe, right? The way that we choose to trust those things that are bigger than ourselves, the way that we choose to lean into the energies that are being presented, not just to us, but also through us and for us and as us, in fact. It's the way that you choose to witness the promise of what comes next, right? So if you gather a message that feels like something big or alarming, right? If that is your gift, and you witness the world in a certain way, this is asking you to have faith in the process, right? And perhaps even faith through your own community, faith through your connectedness. Because let's face it, sometimes when you're a seer and you have access behind the veil, it can be a little overwhelming at times, right? My empaths. I know. This is reminding you that you're never alone, that you always are connected, not just here in the 3D, but also to the divine, and most importantly, to your message, right? You're always implicitly connected to your message. Right? What's that quote about? You're not responsible to see it through, but you're responsible to show up where and how you can. Or so, I'm totally bastardizing that quote. My apologies. I do not know what it is exactly. So, Queen of Pentacles, again, this is really that super grounded energy. Temperance as well. So this is really how you're synthesizing what's happening around you, how you're putting things into action, and how you're solidifying yourself, perhaps as the vessel, as the conduit of that message. So you have, 10 of Cups also. So yeah, this is really talking about how you're safe, how you're connected, not just within yourself, but within your group. And beautifully, of course, you have the Tower, certainly because you have the promise of healing, the promise of hope, the promise of balance and harmony. After, no matter what happened, we circle back to not just your presence in the world, but also the way that you show up in the group, right? But as a super solid whole being. Wow. Okay, whatever's going on for you, pile number 3, it's pretty amazing. I have a feeling that wow. You have 3 10s so far. My amazing pile 3. Let's get your last card and see what's what here. The Ace of Swords. Okie dokie. Wow. So first of all, you're moving away from some uncertainty. I think you have a lot of things attached to you right now, and by attached I mean things that you've chosen to pick up, right? And that's okay, right? We say yes to a lot of things because we think that they'll make us happy. We say yes to a lot of things because we believe that we're obligated, or we need to, or that's our sense of duty, right? However, the fact of the matter is that you have a few things attached to you that are no longer in service to you. And so what is in service to you is this sense of wish fulfillment, right? This sense of things having gotten to be too much, or things feeling like they're too much, and really witnessing the creation of kind of your safety net or your next level up. That's definitely what I'm feeling for you. You have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles here right next to the Ace of Swords. So whatever's coming out of this upheaval is really kind of what I'm getting for you. The key is you're going to get to figure out that you are the strongest link in your own chain. And we're all the strongest link in our own chains, right? That's just how things work. That's just the way that things go. But I think that you're being asked to really witness that lesson, your functionality, your strength, your rootedness, your groundedness as your superpower. And everything coming in after that. There are some things that you're going to have to put down, right, in service to stepping into that highest and best, in service to stepping into your most deeply grounded, most deeply rooted, but also most highly connected sort of way. And what happens as a result of that is that all these gifts that you've been kind of, I want to say, like, you've been trying to bank them and just kind of put them aside. I don't have time for that right now. I can't really work on that right now. I don't think that's going to work anymore. I don't think you're going to be able to put that aside anymore. In fact, I will tell you right now that what's happening is that you're having an overturning of your very conscious existence, moving from something that felt like, let's call it dissociated kind of drudgery, to something that's deeply connected, deeply purposed, and it's going to absolutely bring not only you but everyone around you this sense of joy, this sense of faith, this sense of connection. Whatever is happening through you is the word I want to use, pile number 3. Whatever is about to happen through you is not only going to bring you peace, but it's going to bring peace to the widest scope of existence. The card I want clarity on, let's call it the Ace of Swords. Yeah, let's get 3 on the Ace of Swords, please. Thank you. Oh, well, look, we get a 3 of Cups, which of course this is celebration, this is shared happiness, so this goes right back to your original 11th house card, and it also lights up that 10 of Cups as it touches it, right? So this is how you're going to move on those things that bring you joy. Oh, well, okie dokie. I mean, whatever it is, it's on fire. This is going to be something that's so bright that you can't even dare to ignore it. Pile number 3. It's going to be so lit up and so big. And here's the deal. You've been trying to keep your light under a barrel for so long that I think that what's going to happen is when you finally just say, yes, this is my gift. This is how I'm here to show up. This is what I'm here to do. That literally everything is going to fall over itself to create that next leveling for you. Let's talk about K2, right? Also is divine connection. This is dreams, right? This is that next level channeled intuition. So you, my amazing pile number 3s, whatever this intuitive awakening is that's happening for you, this ascension, this next level, this leveling up, I'm just going to say, whatever the universe asks you to put down, please put it down so it's not wrested from your grasp. Just put it down. Shift your consciousness. That will be the easiest thing for you. Acknowledge, yes, these are my gifts, and everything that is in my life is in service to my gifts, right? And then you're not losing anything. In fact, all you're doing is creating a deeper foundation for happiness, for a deeper foundation for joy, a deeper foundation to acknowledge the fact that you're going to follow the path that is laid out for you. And every time you say yes intuitively, it's going to get bigger and more solid and more valuable to you. And I mean that with the capital V. I mean more worthwhile. And I mean that with the capital W, right? This is just going to increase the satisfaction, contentment that you feel. And as a result, it's going to magnetize all of the right people, all of the right resources, all of the right things to you. And that plan is literally just yes, this is what I require, and it's going to whoop, just come right into your awareness. By the way, that's the technical term. Whoop, did you know? Yeah, there's just such a giant capacity here. This is like getting the keys to the kingdom, pile number 3, and then just being asked to put on the mantle of the magical being that you are, and then just walk and allow the things that are coming to you and for you to come to you and come for you. This is beautiful, and the service aspect here is so lovely. So pile number 3, here's what I want you to do. I want you to hit like, I want you to hit subscribe, and I want you to come back and let me know how this goes, or tell me what you're working on, because I am interested. I want to hear what you see in your future, right? Don't you dare think that we're not looking at this. Don't you dare think that we don't see it. This is your, I want to say, legacy, and that makes me say, why don't you go back and listen to pile number 1 as well, if you're called to do that. But your magic will not wait any longer. You have 2 aces here. You have 2 10s. This is literally integrating your beginnings, right? So, happy beginnings. This is such a blessing for you, and it's going to create such feeling of abundance and reality of abundance in your life, right? You're building solid foundations, right? This concept of making a plan, taking responsibility for every step you take is going to make all of the difference, right? In how you build this, and how you then step into the space that you're creating. So pile number 3, this is awesome. I love it. Again, let me know how it goes. Thank you for listening. Thanks for showing up. And thanks for whatever it is you're about to do, because this space is so much bigger than just you, right? Thank you for being in service to all of us. You're appreciated. Yeah. Take care and be blessed.